Hey there, it's CJ Willie and I'm cracking a pack. Today I'm back with pack number 9 of my Magic the Gathering Core Set 2019 Bundle Bingo. Check out the preview video on my Core Set 2019 bundle. I have added the link to the preview video in the description below. As I crack the pack, my viewpoint will be from a very casual Magic the Gathering player perspective. It will not be the viewpoint of Pro Tour or even Friday Night Magic grinders. It will be a kitchen table game of Magic, having fun with friends opinion. Alright, let's check out the bingo card. In pack number 2, I was able to cross off 3 bingo squares. Stitcher Supplier, Leonin Warleader, and of course, the free space. Pack number 5 was my bingo pack. I pulled one of the legendary rare creatures, Goreclaw, Terror of Qualsisma. In pack number 7, I was able to cross off my most recent square by pulling an Elder Dragon, Arcades, the Strategist. Today, if I'm able to pull one of the Planeswalkers, or one of the rare Tribal Lords, or Psychic Corrosion, or a foil rare or mythic, I still have a shot at breaking my record of 6 bingo squares that I crossed off with Gatecrash Fat Pack Bingo. Let's get to cracking this pack. Down to 9. First card is Dwindle, 3 mana, 2 and a blue, Enchantment Aura, Enchant Creature. Enchanted creature gets -6, -0. When enchanted creature blocks, destroy it. This is a card that I typically will hold on to and play a little bit later in the game. Put it on their bomb. Eventually it will get rid of the creature. You dwarf it, they're going to block with it. Fire Elemental, 5 mana, 3 and 2 red. It's an elemental at 5/4. It's a very vanilla creature. In limited, it's going to make your deck, especially if you're running a red-green beefy creature deck. Aside from that, at 5 mana, there are a lot of other red commons that I'd prefer to play. Luxodon Lanebreaker, 3 mana, 2 and a white. Elephant Soldier at 3/2. In a white aggressive deck, it's not that bad. For 3 mana, you get a 3/2. It's a body on the board. This card is just not very interesting. Rock's Oracle, 5 mana, 4 and a green. Rhino Monk at 4/2. When Rock's Oracle enters the battlefield, draw a card. In red-green, there's usually a theme around creatures with power 4 or greater. I don't mind playing this in that deck. I'm gonna get a card out of it. Hopefully it triggered some sort of other ability because it had a power 4 or greater. Infectious Horror, 4 mana, 3 and a black. Zombie Horror at 2/2. Whenever Infectious Horror attacks, each opponent loses 2 life. An aggressive black deck, it's essentially going to be hitting for 4 if they don't block it. I would block it, take my 2 damage, and get it off the board. Luminous Bonds, 3 mana, 2 and a white. Enchantment Aura, enchant creature. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. In a limited format, Luminous Bonds is really good. It shuts down your opponent's creature from attacking or blocking. The one drawback is that it doesn't turn off activated abilities. However, it does what you need it to do in controlling their bigger threat. Next up is Skymarch Bloodletter, 3 mana, 2 and a black. Vampire Soldier at 2/2. It's a flyer. When Skymarch Bloodletter enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. In limited, Skymarch Bloodletter is a good card. When it enters the battlefield, it's going to trigger any other life gain abilities you have on the board. Core Set 2019 Limited, there's a really good combo with a Johnny's Pridemate. You'd play Johnny's Pridemate on turn 2. On turn 3, you'd play Skymarch Bloodletter, and a Johnny's Pridemate now is a 3/3 attacker. Next up is Wall of Vines, single green mana, plant wall, 0/3. It's defender and it has reach. In a limited format, this is a good card for green. Coming down on turn 1, it's going to shut down that pesky flyer deck. It has a bunch of 2 power flyers. It can also clog up the ground a little bit. Sparktongue Dragon, 5 mana, 3 and 2 red. It's a dragon at 3/3. It's a flyer. When Spark Tongue Dragon enters the battlefield, you may pay 2 generic and 1 red. When you do, it deals 3 damage to any target. For 5 mana, a 3/3 flyer isn't too bad. In limited, it's a little more difficult to get the 8 mana, deal 3 damage to either your opponent or one of their creatures. However, a 3/3 flyer is something that your opponent is going to have to deal with. First uncommon is Arcane Encyclopedia, 3 generic mana artifact. For 3 generic mana, you can tap it and draw a card. I don't like this uncommon very much. Essentially, for 6 mana, you draw 1 card. 9 mana, you draw 2. 12 mana, you draw 3. That's not very efficient. I get that it's a repeatable 3 mana. I'm going to draw a card, and it can fit into any deck, but the cost is just too high. Rupture Spire, it's a land. Rupture Spire enters the battlefield tapped. I'm not a big fan of Rupture Spire. I suppose in limited, if you need to splash to play your bomb spell, it's okay. I think it's prohibitive having to pay an extra mana for the ability to add 1 mana of any color during the game. Horizon Scholar, 6 mana, 5 and a blue, Sphinx at 4/4. It's a flyer. When Horizon Scholar enters the battlefield, scry 2. In limited, this is a great card to play on blue. You get a 4/4 flyer out of it. You're able to scry 2, set up your future draw. A good card to be playing in a little bit of a blue-white flyers control deck or even a blue-black control deck. Okay, will we get a great rare or a mythic rare and mark off another bingo space? We have Supreme Phantom. We did it. So we got one of the rare tribal lords. Supreme Phantom, 2 mana, 1 and a blue, spirit at 1/3. It's a flyer. Other spirits you control get +1/+1. Core Set 2019 limited, good card. There's plenty of support. In constructed, there's both a modern and pioneer spirits deck. Supreme Phantom fits perfectly into those as a tribal lord. It's going to buff all of your spirits. We have a foil, Inspired Charge, 4 mana, 2 and 2 white, instant. Creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. A combat trick mainly in a go wide deck, either mono white or white red. The problem is it's a costly combat trick for 4 mana. Having 2 white mana symbols in the cost is a little restrictive in an aggressive deck. And then an island and a night token at 2/2 with vigilance. My favorite card or best card out of the pack is going to be Supreme Phantom. I think it's a great card. I play a white-blue spirits deck. Supreme Phantom fits perfectly into that deck. I already have a couple of copies that I was lucky enough to pull on previous packs. Having a third copy to put into that deck, a turn 2 play that sets up all my subsequent spirits, and all the spirits have flying, so the evasion and the added power and toughness from Supreme Phantom really helps me take over the game. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, please subscribe and share. Take some time to tell me in the comment section what was your favorite card or the best card out of the pack. Until next time, when I'm back to crack pack number 10, the last pack for my Magic the Gathering Core Set 2019 bundle in Bundle Bingo.